Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cinema Flow podcast. I'm your host, Zack Abdulbaki, and my co-host for today is Angelique Acuña. Welcome to the show, Angelique.
Oh my gosh, welcome back to me, everyone. Well, happy to be back to talk about our favorite season,
Ye-
award season.
Absolutely. Voting closed for the Oscars on March 5th, and we only have about a week or so until the ceremony. So we are going to be doing our final Oscar predictions. This is my favorite thing to do every year. Angelique and I are going to be going from Best Picture all the way to Best Visual Effects. We're going to do every category, telling you what we think will win and what we think should win. And we're going to have to come to an agreement on will win to give you the official podcast predictions. You ready to start this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Awesome. Our first category is Best Picture. The nominees are One Battle After Another, Sinners, Hamnet, Train Dreams, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Marty Supreme, Frankenstein, Begonia, and F1. Angelique, what do you think is going to win?
I think it is going to be not a shocker this year. I think it's going to be one battle after another.
I agree. It's going to be one battle after another. They've won so many awards this season for Best Picture, and I think this is going to be a very clear favorite. What do you think should win?
Should win. I would say my favorites of the bunch were between Sentimental Value and Train Dreams. Those are my favorite. Probably leaning more towards Train Dreams, but I also think One Battle for Another is well deserved. I really like that. It was in my top 10 of the year.
I also like One Battle, but my favorite is kind of between Train Dreams and Marty Supreme. I think for the sake of the podcast, let's do Train Dreams as the should win.
Yeah, heck
Awesome.
yeah. Yeah.
Our next category is Best Director. The nominees are Paul Thomas Anderson, Ryan Coogler, Chloe Zhao, Joachim Trier, and Josh Safdie. Who do you think's winning Best Director?
I think to align with our Best Picture, official Best Picture prediction for Cinema Flow podcast, I think it's going to go to Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another.
I agree. He's won so many awards, and he's gonna get it. This is gonna be his first time winning an Oscar, I guess probably for this and maybe a couple other categories. Who do you think should win?
Should win. I'm in between Safdie and Trier, but maybe I'm leaning more towards Trier.
Yeah, because I gave Train Dreams the favorite for picture, I think I would go Josh Safdie for Best Director because I really loved Marty
Okay.
Supreme.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, I agree with you on that then, on the should win.
Yeah. Let's do Best Actress. The nominees are Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, Renata Reinsva for Sentimental Value, Emma Stone for Begonia, and Kate Hudson for Song Sung Blue. Who's winning here?
Well, it's been a blowout, everyone. I think it's going to be Jessie Buckley. I think she's been consistent, and I don't see an upset for Best Actress at the Academy Awards.
I agree. Jessie Buckley is winning this. She's great. I really enjoyed Hamnet. Who do you think should win?
Goodwin, I know we're going to disagree on this after with our conversations. I think Rose Byrne should win, but I already know who Zach thinks should win.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Song Sung Blue, so I believe. Well, here's the thing. Song Sung Blue is my favorite movie in this category, and I love Kate Hudson, but I'm really not upset with Jessie Buckley winning. I really thought she was terrific.
Oh
But
yeah, me
I
too.
will, yeah, I will give my should win to Kate Hudson, though, just because that movie deserves like a mention on this podcast or one vote.
Yeah. Okay. I'm fine with that being different from ours because I don't think I'm going to convince you for Rose Byrne.
Yeah, no, but I'm really happy you like that movie
Yeah, no.
because, we watched it together.
It's like good. He said, "Good for you."
Yeah. Well, now here comes a tough category to predict. Best Actor in a
Hmm.
Leading Role. The nominees are Timothy Chalamet, Michael B. Jordan, Wagner Moura, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Ethan Hawke. Who's winning here?
Zach, can you bring up the Gold Derby status, the percentage?
Yes, yes. Timothy Chalamet is at 43% and Michael B. Jordan is at 41%. Okay, so here's the thing. SAG is really good at predicting the supporting categories, which we're going to get to in a minute. Out of the last 10 ceremonies, 9 out of 10 of the supporting actor and supporting actress wins at SAG aligned with the Oscars. But the lead acting categories don't matter. It's like 6 out of 10 for lead actor and lead actress. And
Mhm.
also, statistically, I don't believe that it's going to be 4 out of 4 for SAG. So here, even though Michael B. Jordan has the momentum, and I won't think you're crazy if that's your prediction, I am still going to go with Timothy Chalamet for Marty Supreme for Will Win because I think this is the only category that movie is going to win. And I feel like the three movies that people really talked about this year as the cinema of 2025 were Sinners, One Battle, and Marty Supreme. So I think all that love is going to be channeled here, but it is neck and neck. Who is your prediction?
I also think Timothy Chalamet, especially because like I've always thought like with SAG, they were or the actor awards, I think is what they're
Hmm.
called
Right.
now.
Yeah.
The with the actor awards, it was always like I always felt that they were a little bit quirky with their picks for lead actors and actress. So I think it still goes to Timothy Chalamet at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree. And I think with the actor awards, they gave it to Timmy last year, so maybe the voters were like, "Oh, we want to switch it up this year and give it to Michael B. Jordan, who is terrific." And if honestly, if he wins, I'm going to be happy, not just saying that, because he's had
Same.
such a great career and all of the movies he's made with Ryan Coogler are fantastic. But I do think this is
Mhm.
Timmy's year, and he campaigns like nobody's business. Yeah. The
I agree. Yeah, so
Yeah, no, the only 30-year-old to do a career retrospective at the American Cinematheque.
exactly. Exactly.
Now, who should win?
Okay, I honestly think Wagner Mora. Like I think he was amazing in The Secret Agent, but also like I am leaning more towards like should win Timothy Chalamet. Like, but I do like to give a special shout out to Wagner Mora.
Yeah, I really enjoy Wagner Moura's work in Civil War. That was a good movie.
No, he was good. Yeah, I for like honestly, I forgot he was in that until like and then I was like I was just like laying down and I was like, wait, he's also in Civil War. Like he's a great actor
Yeah.
and he's attractive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My should win is Leonardo DiCaprio, though, because he is my favorite actor of all time. So he deserves to have a second Oscar, and he is the most memorable performance, I think, for me, because just the
Oh
phone
yeah.
scene alone is terrific. So he'd be my pick,
Yeah.
but honestly, I'll be happy with Timmy or Michael.
Same. Yeah, I think yeah, the acting like all the actors there's no like I would say bad performance in this bunch. So
No.
or like obvious like side eye, you know.
Yeah, no, there's a movie or two I don't really like, but the performances are good.
Yeah, I agree.
And the next category is Best Supporting Actress. The nominees are Amy Madigan for Weapons, Teyana Taylor for One Battle After Another, Wunmi Musaku for Sinners, Inga Ibsdottir Lilius for Sentimental Value, and Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value. Who do you think? Do you want to hear the stats?
Yes, please.
Amy Madigan is in the lead with 46%. Teyana Taylor is at 29%, and Wunmi Musaku is at 22%. I believe this is going to be Amy Madigan because similar to Marty Supreme, I think all of the weapons love is going to be channeled right into this category, and people do love that movie, even though it's not a Best Picture contender. And I mean, Teyana Taylor only has the Globe, and the Globe has zero overlap with the Academy. It's the Hollywood Foreign Press. I
Mhm.
think when you look at Critics' Choice and SAG, Amy Madigan won both of those. Yeah, I think she will. And it also helps that she is my favorite. So maybe I'm biased. But also SAG, 9 out of 10 of the last Best Supporting Actress winners went on to win the Oscar. Who do you think's going to win?
Ooh, this one is like I definitely think this might change for me like in the upcoming week, but it's like one of those things that I do think Amy Madigan, I'm leaning more towards Amy Madigan, but I still think Winmi could. have an upset and win because you can't forget she did win the BAFTA. Like,
Yeah,
right?
I
Yeah.
always am a little skeptical of BAFTA because she is British and they usually, I'm not saying that's why she won. She's great in the movie, but that could be a factor. I don't know. I
But
also
yeah.
she's good, but she's not the best performance in
Hmm.
that movie by any means.
Hmm.
Whereas Amy Madigan is when you think of weapons, you think
Yeah.
of Aunt Gladys.
Yeah. No, I also agree with that too. But also like I do think Tiana Taylor could also take it. So it's confusing for me, but I am leaning more towards Amy Madigan currently for like the official Cinema Flow pick. But my personal thing might change leading up to it. I definitely need to do some more reflecting and research, but I think currently if you had to ask me, I would say Amy Madigan.
So Amy Madigan will win. I actually would agree that Tiana is number two. I kind of just agree with the stats. I think if it's not
Hmm.
Amy, it will be Tiana because it's very rare to have a Best Picture winner that also has actors nominated and none of those actors win. The last time
Hmm.
that happened was The Shape of Water. And the last movie that won Best Picture that had no wins in general was Parasite because none of those actors were nominated. So it can
Hmm.
happen, but it's rare. However, I do predict that an actor from one battle after another will win, and we'll get to that in a moment. But
Hmm.
if Teyana wins, I think it is just off of the strength of the Best Picture win, and also she's very memorable and very good in the movie. However,
Yeah.
official pick for will win is Amy Madigan.
Hmm.
It's there are gonna be people dressed as Gladys for Halloween years to come.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
and it's cool because it actually is a supporting actress pick because she's not in the movie very much. I believe she's in
Yeah.
it for like 12 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but should win. Well, I'm Amy Madigan. Did you say you should win?
I think should win for me. I would say Amy Madigan too. Like I would be very happy with her win, honestly.
Yes, I agree. And also, it's very rare to have such a well-written role for an older woman. So I think that's cool, you know?
And like a horror from
Yeah.
a horror movie of all things too.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Now, the next category is Best Supporting Actor. The nominees are Sean Penn for One Battle After Another, Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value, Delroy Lindo for Sinners, Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein, and Benicio del Toro for One Battle After Another. Do you want to hear the stats?
Please.
Sean Penn is in the lead at 62%. Stellan Skarsgård is right behind at 27%. Delroy Lindo only has 7%. I don't really believe the hype on that one. I think he's good, but he hasn't really won any major prizes. I think this is between Sean Penn and Stellan Skarsgård. I
Mhm.
lean towards Sean Penn for similar reasons as in supporting actress. Stellan Skarsgård only has the Golden Globe, which has no overlap with the Oscars and also was quite a while ago. I'm very happy for him, but who do you predict will win?
I disagree with you on this. 'Cause I think Stellan Skarsgård still has a chance because you can't discount that he wasn't with the actor awards. I mean, you could also like consider this like he wasn't nominated for an actor award.
That's a good point, but also since he wasn't nominated, does that speak to the fact that maybe the American voters are less enthusiastic about that movie?
Yeah, but at the same time, you have a larger pool for the Academy. So there's that. I also just think that when it comes, Stellan is like he's never won, A. B, he's been campaigning. Well, and also when you think about the Critics' Choice, Sean Penn didn't win Critics. Jacob Elordi won the Critics' Choice.
Sean Penn won the BAFTA
BAFTA.
and Actor Award.
Exactly. And I remind me, was Stellan nominated for a BAFTA?
Yes.
Okay. So that is a little bit, yeah. So it's interesting. I'm surprised that it's not like as close because Sean Penn has won two Academy Awards already.
But I
And
think the Academy doesn't care about that. They'll give
that
you a
is
third one.
true. That
Yeah.
is very true. Would he be the first to win three?
No, Daniel Day-Lewis has three, but I know
Does
Daniel
Meryl Streep have three or only two?
easily. She definitely has
Yeah.
three. Yeah.
Yeah.
Frances McDormand also has three.
Yeah. I think there's a part of me that's like, my heart says Stellan. My logical brain right now, if you had me at gunpoint, I say Sean Penn. But again, I think I have to like really think about that like throughout the week when it comes to my personal prediction. But I'd be happy for like official cinema flow for it to be Sean Penn. So, but like that'd be like I'm like very much like Sean Penn, like I still have hope for Stellan, but I could see Sean Penn winning it. It's the first award of the night. I think it's kind of like, yeah, an easy
Well,
one.
I don't like to just check off everything from Gold Derby as the favorite because you're never going to
Mhm.
win doing that. But I think one person has to win from one battle after another. So if it
Mhm.
wasn't going to be Sean Penn, it would have to be Teyana Taylor. That would be predicting two upsets.
Mhm.
Or they both win, and there's only one upset in supporting
Mhm.
actress. But I think
Yeah.
somebody has to win from this movie. So what do you think? And should we go with Sean Penn or
Yeah, I'd be happy with Sean Penn, but my personal things could change. Be on the lookout, I guess.
yeah, I suppose it's a recency thing. The BAFTA and the actor award back to back, whereas Golden Globes were like early January,
Hmm.
probably makes it seem like he's gonna win. But your vote, I take it, is gonna be Stellan Skarsgård, right?
Correct. Yes.
My vote is Colonel Lockjaw.
Yeah.
Not
But
as a person, but as a performance, Sean Penn did it.
yeah.
All right. The next category is Best Adapted Screenplay. The nominees are One Battle After Another, Hamnet, Train Dreams, Frankenstein, and Begonia. Who is winning this one?
You answer first this time.
One battle after another.
Hmm.
Easily.
Yeah, I'm also predicting one battle for adapted because I think in combination of best picture and best director, I think it'll be a cute little package.
I agree. Now, who should win?
Who I think should win? I feel like I'm also gonna say one battle. Like I think I really like that story and that script.
I think that's a very good pick. I'll probably go with Train Dreams. I
Mhm.
thought the dialogue in that movie and they did narration and it didn't bug me. It was really
That
good
is
narration.
true. No, I really like that. But
Yeah.
also, what other movie has This Pussy Don't Pop for You?
Oh, now you're kind of convincing me to your side a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So,
Okay, cool. Best original screenplay is the next category. The nominees are Sinners, Sentimental Value, Marty Supreme, It Was Just an Accident, and Blue Moon. Who will win?
I am predicting a Sinners win just because that movie was the talk of the talk. And I think it is a very unique story and it's a twist on the vampire genre. And yeah.
Yeah. You ever look at, I mean, I predict Sinners to win by a long shot. And when it comes to original screenplay, they will usually go for something that's an original concept that has a cool genre, Promising Young Woman one here, Get Out one here. So I think they're very open to giving this to a horror movie. And
Mhm.
honestly, Ryan Coogler deserves this. He made an original movie that made over $300 million at the box office. It's a great
Yes.
film. People are
Oh
going to
yeah.
remember it. So I think this is the going to be the biggest win for Sinners on Oscars night.
Oh yes. I agree. I agree.
Now, who should win?
I feel like it's also a Sinners should win too. Like from when it comes to like cinema history, I do think Sinners is the should win of the group.
I agree. I think Sinners should win. It's not my favorite movie here. That would be Marty
Same.
Supreme, but I already gave that Best Director. So to spread the love, this should be his win, and I'm very happy for him.
Same.
The next category is Best Casting. The nominees are Sinners, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Marty Supreme, and Hamnet. Who's winning here?
I also think this goes to Sinners. When you look at the actor awards, they also awarded Best Cast to Sinners. So I do think I could see Sinners taking it here as well. But I do want to give a special shout out to The Secret Agent. Watching that movie, I really felt the cast was so unique, and I think it was definitely one of those ensemble pieces that I didn't think would be an ensemble piece, but it really carried.
Yeah. I also agree that Sinners is going to win Best Casting for Francine Maisler, who is a veteran of the casting industry. My should win would be Marty Supreme because I thought that they did a lot of creative things with, I would never imagine Mr. Wonderful in that role. I would
Oh
not have
yeah.
imagined Penn in that role. And there were some cool unknowns in the cast that really shined, but they're all deserving in this category.
Oh
Is your
yeah.
vote Secret Agent for should win?
I actually think that should win. I do think when it comes to like Safdie Brothers productions, I think they always had such unique casting. So I do think also I think should win is Marty Supreme because also you have Tyler the Creator in there. And I think everyone who was casted, like it was a mix of, people who were well known in different niche parts of like music or TV, reality TV. And I think despite that, they're able to bring such, unique performances to to the chaotic piece.
Yeah, and they did it in a way where it didn't feel like, oh, look at this cameo. They really just
Exactly.
blended
Yeah.
in. Yeah,
Like stunt casting. It didn't feel like that.
absolutely. The next category is Best Cinematography, one of my favorite awards. The nominees are Sinners, One Battle After Another, Train Dreams, Frankenstein, and Marty Supreme. This is a bit of a tough one to predict. I'll give you the stats.
Yeah.
Sinners is at 51%, One
Ooh,
Battle After Another is at 25%,
ooh,
Train Dreams is at 22%, and
ooh.
if Sinners were to win, this would be the first female winner, and with
Oh,
that, the first female woman of color winner for
oh,
Best Cinematography. Who
ooh.
do you think will win?
Ooh, damn, hearing those stats like makes me like hesitant. I don't know. What? Okay, because I first put down Train Dreams because Train Dreams has beautiful cinematography, but you giving me that as well as like some background makes me a little more influenced to go towards Sinners because the cinematography for Sinners is beautiful and what they do with, it's hard to shoot. I mean, I'm not a cinematographer, but I'm assuming it's very hard to shoot in the dark and make it look like it's in the dark
It's
because
also hard to shoot in the dark on film.
exactly, yeah, because I my one of my favorite shows is House of the Dragon, and there's like a full night sequence, and you can totally tell it's in daylight, but they like
Yeah.
dimmed it down to make it look like it's night. So, and I think it's like you can generally watch Sinners and say, yeah, that's like actually night. Like it's dark. So I do think when it comes to cinematic achievements, like Sinners is a super good pick.
Yeah, and also there aren't enough female cinematographers, and we went to film school together. Both of my cinematography professors were women, and they were
Mhm.
amazing. So
Mhm.
I would love to see a woman win, but I'm not gonna. Well, first off, my will win is Sinners. So,
Mhm.
and that's for you as well, right?
Yeah, I would be down to have that as our official pick.
Yeah,
Who
my
knows, like guys, it could change. It could change.
it could change. My should win is also Sinners because of what we said. Shooting in the dark
Mm,
on film, you have to be
mm,
very controlled with the light and also
mm.
the aspect ratio choices of going from like the 2:3:9 to the 1:4:3 aspect ratio in
Oh
IMAX.
yeah.
Those were very good narrative choices. They weren't just, oh, here's an action scene, so we're going to go to the full frame. I thought it was very well done. But to be honest, with Should Win, I would be happy with Sinners, One Battle After Another, Train Dreams, or Marty Supreme. Not Frankenstein. I did like the cinematography in Frankenstein. I just don't think it's as good as the rest.
It's giving this is a Netflix original film. But that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
saw it on 35 millimeter at the Egyptian, so it
Oh,
did look really
okay.
good. But I have seen a bit of it on Netflix just to see how it looks like without the 35 print, and I think it doesn't look as good. But it's still well done.
Yeah.
I just think Sinners is one that even if you watch it at home, it really
Oh
looks
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, so true.
Wait, so
And we
is
love
this,
women. We love women on this podcast.
but just for clarity, is Sinners your should win, or would you go with something else?
Probably should win, I would say Train Dreams.
Right. That's a good pick too. I
Yeah.
mean, also to accomplish what they accomplished on a much lower budget than any other movie in this category really speaks volumes to the
Hmm.
to the talent behind the camera in Train Dreams.
Hmm.
Okay, but it's a nail biter. Honestly, I think it could go to anyone.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. The next category is Best Costume Design. The nominees are Frankenstein, Sinners, Hamnet, Avatar, Fire and Ash, and Marty Supreme. I think this is going to be Frankenstein and a cakewalk. But who do
Oh
you
yeah.
think will? Yeah.
I also think Frankenstein, like the opening or like what one of the like dresses in the opening scenes, like the flashback scene, beautiful. And I do think the Academy does lean more towards period pieces. So that's why I also chose Frankenstein as my pick, as the official Cinema Flow podcast pick.
Yeah, these are all period pieces except for Avatar, and that's fantasy. So,
Mhm.
who do you? I also agree Frankenstein's going to win. Who do you think should win?
Probably Frankenstein too, honestly. I don't think because I don't think Frankenstein's gonna get too much love this night, and I think where it's gonna shine is the technical like pieces.
Yeah, I actually th I think they'll get love, and I think they might win like three categories,
Yeah.
which we'll get to. But they're all going to be technical. I pretty much agree. Yeah, Frankenstein should win. I don't feel super passionate about it, but
Hmm.
from what I remember, the costumes were very good. Our next category is Best Film Editing. The nominees are One Battle After Another, F1, Sinners, Marty Supreme, and Sentimental Value. Who do you think will win here?
Can I get the stats, please?
Yes, One Battle After Another is at 86% and
Oh,
F1
wow,
is
wow.
at 9%. And
What the
usually,
heck?
usually this category aligns with picture very
Oh,
often.
yeah, that makes sense.
And One
Okay.
Battle After Another was a long movie that was paced very well. So I can see why they might win Best Editing. What do you think, though?
Okay, I was in my little silly notes, I put for editing One Battle After Another or Marty Supreme, but I'm leaning more towards One Battle After Another after hearing those statistics. Since those are really high, very high. But probably my should win would be Marty Supreme.
I am 100% in agreement with you.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I think will win is One Battle, but my should win is definitely Marty Supreme. And I thought Marty Supreme was a little more well paced than One Battle. That movie really flew by for me.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It'd be crazy if F1 won, though. I mean, could
Goodness
happen.
gracious. Anything could happen.
The next category is Best Makeup and Hairstyling. The nominees are Frankenstein, Sinners, The Ugly Stepsister, Kokuho, and The Smashing Machine. The one category where people, watched more movies than just the 10 Best Picture nominees. Who do
Yeah.
you think will win?
I'm also leaning towards Frankenstein, mostly just because like with Jacob Elordi as Frankenstein's monster, I think the makeup on him is incredible. I also just yeah, I think it's mostly if they're gonna award it to Frankenstein, it's going to be for Jake like the monster of it all. But my
I
should win is probably Sinners because the it just looks so good. All the practical like makeup effects too, like when all the gore, I think that's also like one I think should win.
Yeah, I agree about will win is going to be
Mhm.
Frankenstein. Should win, I'd be happy with Frankenstein or Sinners.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I give the edge to Frankenstein a little bit just because of all the what Jacob Elordi had on, and he's had to
Hmm.
sit in the chair for like 4 hours a day or something like that.
And he had to also perform in that too, like for the whole piece. It's not just like, yeah.
Exactly. And Guillermo del Toro said that Jacob Elordi was the only actor who did not ask, "How long am I going to be in the makeup chair?" So
Hmm.
kudos to him.
Kudos.
Our next category is Best Production Design. The nominees are Frankenstein, Sinners, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and One Battle After Another.
I do think this also goes to Frankenstein.
Will win is going to be Frankenstein, and I also think they should win. But who do you think
Hmm.
should win?
I also think Frankenstein should win. I really like Dr. Frankenstein's lair, and I also really like the ship. Like those are super cool like pieces.
Yeah. The next category is Best Original Score. The nominees are Sinners, One Battle After Another, Frankenstein, Hamnet, and Begonia. Who do you think will win?
I think will win is Sinners because I think that's been kind of sweeping. Am I wrong?
You're correct. It's definitely sweeping. I
Yeah.
think it will win.
Remind me, I have his name on the tip of my tongue. Who?
Ludwig Göransson, who
I saw
has,
him I saw him at Camp Flog Gnaw, so and he's great. I do love a lot of his pieces too. But I think my pick, if you ask me to vote, I would choose One Battle After Another. I really love that score.
Thank you. I agree. I'm tired of Ludwig winning. He already won for Oppenheimer and for Black Panther, and he's
Hmm.
young. He doesn't need a third Oscar right now. Whereas Johnny Greenwood has been doing great work for years. Like Phantom Thread is a great score, and
Hmm.
I thought One Battle After Another was really memorable. So I would love to see him win in an upset, but I don't think that's going to
Hmm.
happen. I think it's going to be Sinners.
Same. Yes.
The next category is Best Original Song. The nominees are Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters, I Lied to You from Sinners, Dear Me from Diane Warren Relentless, Train Dreams from Train Dreams, and Sweet Dreams of Joy from Viva Verdi. This is a mystery. Who's gonna win?
Diane Warren, get out of here. You've been here too much. But imagine I say my pick is Diane Warren. No, it's gonna be Golden. Like we all know that. No discussion.
It will be Golden, but who should win?
I think I Lied to You should win. That's my pick.
I think Train Dreams should win.
Hmm.
It's
Because that
just
was
a
a good song too.
It was a good song. I don't love voting for a credits song because I believe that, it should be a
The
song
cop,
that's in the movie.
the cop out, yeah.
But I listened to all five of these and I just thought that was the best one.
Hmm. But rest in peace, one of my favorite songs of the year, the Avatar Miley Cyrus song. Pretty good song.
I love that. If that was in here, I would have voted for that.
Yeah.
Unironically, I actually liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would sing it all the time, so unironically, me too.
Can you sing a little bit of it?
Na, 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 na. Dream, dream, dream. That's all I remember.
Yeah. Best sound, the nominees are F1, Sinners, Sirat, One Battle After Another, and Frankenstein. Who do you think will win?
Okay, so I'm actually between F1 and Surratt. Mostly just because like I think Surratt's the most unique out of the bunch, and F1 is the more like
Vroom vroom.
vroom vroom, yes. But it's like because I was like maybe I'll choose Surratt, but the issue I was thinking of the zone of interest, how that was a big surprise it won for sound, but also that was nominated for best picture. So of course people were watching that. While Surratt, like it's an international feature, but I do think the sound in that is super interesting, and I would prefer that. May I ask for the Gold Derby numbers, please?
F1 is in the lead at 86%, and
Ugh,
Sinners is in second place at 8%, and
what the
Sirat
hell?
has 3%. I
Oh
don't think
hell.
it's going to be Sirat.
Damn it. Okay, so I guess I'll choose F1.
I think you would be wise to choose F1. That is my will
Mm-hmm.
win. I think it could be Sinners just because people like that movie more,
Mm-hmm.
but I think Vroom Vroom tends to do well.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe Ford versus Ferrari won in this category. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Should win though? I don't know.
I'm gonna
I
say
guess
Surratt should win. I really like the sound in that movie.
our next category is Best Visual Effects. The nominees are Avatar Fire and Ash, Sinners, F1, Jurassic World Rebirth, and The Lost Bus. Who do you think is winning here?
Yeah. I'm scarily gonna choose Avatar. Like, I don't know if that's gonna win, but I'm gonna choose Avatar.
It is going to be Avatar Fire and Ash. Even if someone doesn't like the movie, they have to admit the visual effects are astounding in that film. However, my should win
Is
is
it the Lost Buzz?
The Lost Bus is my favorite
Hmm.
movie that is nominated for an Oscar. I love that movie.
Yeah, it was in your like top 10, right?
I think it's in my top five.
Yeah.
Actually, Weapons and The Lost Bus are my two favorite movies that are nominated for any
Yeah.
Oscar. So,
Yeah.
and also
No,
it's
I mean,
really
I remember hearing that the Lost Bus visual effects were really good. I did not see that, but I have to read what should win is also Avatar. If you don't know me, I am kind of an Avatar stan. I love Paya Khan. If he is outcast, then I am outcast, so I have to choose Avatar and ride with it heavy.
Avatar, a good movie, well deserved. The next category is Best Animated Feature. The nominees are K-pop Demon Hunters, Zootopia 2, Little Amelie or the Character of Rain, Arco, and Elio. This might be the first year I've seen all five of these.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Who do you think will win?
I do think K-pop Demon Hunters is going to win. I didn't see too many animated movies from this category. I think K-pop Demon Hunters is like, I think it's pretty good. I don't think it's, in my opinion, super like memorable, but I still enjoy it and I think it's very cute. And I do think when it comes to like the cultural reset of it all, like I think it's a well-deserved, and the people who work behind it, I think it's a well-deserved sh will win and should win.
It is my will win for sure. It's not my should win. I'm happy that an original animated movie is going to win, and it did so well. But my should win is either Zootopia 2 or Elio. I like both of
Mhm.
those movies. I might give the edge to Zootopia 2. I think I was a little bit more emotionally invested in that one.
Mhm.
But creative choice, creative movies all around in this category.
Yeah, because like personally, I enjoy Zootopia 2 more. But I do think like I am a super big advocate for original animated films. So am I do think K-pop Demon Hunters is like really is good for that. And I think it's good for the future of like animation in this category.
Just wait until K-pop Demon Hunters 5 is nominated in 10 years.
I hope not. I hope not.
The next category is Best Documentary Feature. The nominees are The Perfect Neighbor, Mr. Nobody Against Putin, The Alabama Solution, Come See Me in the Good Light, and Cutting Through Rocks. I've seen none of these movies. I think
Really?
my will win is The Perfect Neighbor because I keep hearing about that one the most, but who is your pick?
I was also going to say The Perfect Neighbor, but I have heard really good things on Putin against Mr. No, is that nobody? Nobody? What is it
Mr.
called?
Nobody Against Putin.
Mr. Nobody against Putin. I've heard really good things about it. So, and I really want to watch it, but the only one I've seen is The Perfect Neighbor, and I do think with the backing and accessibility of Netflix that it probably will win.
Yeah. I have no should win because I've seen none of these, but is
Yeah,
that your
I've
should
only
win?
seen one. That's the only one I've seen. So,
Fair enough. The next category is Best International Film. The nominees are Sentimental Value, The Secret Agent, It Was Just an Accident, The Voice of Hind Rajab, and Sirat. I've seen all five of these.
oh wow, yeah, I'm missing two,
Who
which
do
is so
you
good.
think will win?
Ooh, 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 ooh. I am leaning more towards sentimental value for the win, but I do think it's kind of between sentimental value and the secret agent.
Yeah, I agree. The stats are 69% for Sentimental Value and 28% for The Secret Agent. I think Sentimental will win just because it's nominated for Best Director, Best Original Screenplay,
Hmm.
a bunch of acting, I think four acting nominations.
Hmm.
It's probably going to win, but you never know. The Brazilians could pull out an upset.
Yeah, Brazilians go hard, and I respect that. And I do think I really enjoyed The Secret Agent. I do think Sentimental Value has like the edge for me. Sentimental Value is like one of my favorite movies of last year. So, but
So
yeah,
that is
that's my
your
pick.
should win, right?
No, I do think like my should win is also Sentimental Value, but with a super appreciation of The Secret Agent.
Yeah. My should win is easy. It's the voice of Hind Rajab. Not because it's Palestinian, I just thought it was the best movie. And
I heard
uh,
great things.
it made me cry more than any movie of last year. So I
Hmm.
thought that, to get that emotion out of me is speaks volume to how good it is. And I hope that more people watch it now that
Yeah.
it's been part of the Oscars.
Yeah, and also some of these films are on Letterboxd to rent now. So Hinward Job is also accessible to like I got a little email on it. I'm like, oh hell yeah. So I'm definitely gonna check that out.
The animated shorts, and we went to
Yep.
watch them. And that's
We
the
did
next
what
category, Best
yeah.
Animated Short Film. The nominees are Butterfly, The Girl Who Cried Pearls, Retirement Plan, Forever Green, and The Three Sisters. Now it's interesting. Butterfly has a 74% stat on Gold Derby. The Girl Who Cried Pearls has a 17% stat, and then everybody else is in the single digits. However, I don't think the stats matter at all on this category. We've seen all five of these. Who do you think will win?
I do agree a Gold Derby on this though. I do think Butterfly is going to win. After like upon reflecting and looking at my relying podcast resources, I do think Butterfly has the story and the experimental art to back it up.
Fair enough.
Hmm.
I disagree. I think The Girl Who Cried Pearls will win because actually I haven't done as much research as you. I guess I'm just going off. I think that was the most well done, the most well animated.
Yeah, I
And
think that's a should win for me. Like I'd be very happy for that winning.
you came to my side on Sean Penn for will win, so I will go to your side on
Thank you.
Butterfly,
Thank you.
because I'm less educated about this.
Yeah, actually I watched a YouTube video before
Okay.
our silly little podcast today. So, from a
Oh,
reliable source of a guy who's tend to get at least one of these correct. So,
okay, cool.
one to
So
four of the shorts.
yeah. Okay, we have the same will win and should win. Everyone go watch
Mm.
The Girl Who Cried Pearls. It's really good.
It is really good.
And watch all of these. And go listen to our episode where we talked about these movies. They're all worth watching.
Mhm.
The next category is Best Documentary Short Film. The nominees are All the Empty Rooms, Armed Only with a Camera, The Devil is Busy, Children No More, Were and Are Gone, Perfectly Estrangedness. Who do you think will win?
My will and should win, I think we'll definitely agree on the will win is All the Empty Rooms. I think it was the most sensitive to the subject and the most like letting like we talked if you want to hear more about what we thought about it, you can go listen to that podcast. But this I do think this film executed their story the best and their
Yes,
subject the best.
I agree completely. It's a great film. It's on Netflix. All the Empty Rooms will and should win. The next category is Best Live Action Short Film. The nominees are A Friend of Dorothy, Two People Exchanging Saliva, The Singers, Jane Austen's period drama, and Butcher's Stain. The stats are interesting here. Friend of Dorothy has a 54%, and Two People Exchanging Saliva has a 34%, and that movie is horrible. So I really hope they don't win. Who do you think will win?
It's one of those things like I think I haven't seen two people exchange saliva, but like the same time, I feel like the Academy Award has a trend of giving it to the worst one. So, but I am gonna say A Friend of Dorothy is going to win and should win.
I agree on will win and should win. A Friend of Dorothy is great. People should go watch it on YouTube and hear our thoughts on our episode. Yeah, no, I think that it does it for our predictions. Any last thoughts on award season before we sign off?
Awards, this one is actually when it comes to like the main acting categories, it's an interesting one. I did predict like in the beginning of the year that there would be an upset in one of the acting categories. So we'll see if that actually happens.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
it's been a great season.
well, tell everyone about your Substack. They should go check it out.
Oh, nice little Substack. Yeah, I write a Substack. I mostly write about right now, we're in Survivor 50 season, so it's going to be a lot of writing about that. So feel free to subscribe to get weekly summaries and analysis on each episode. I also might post like my personal predictions on there, so keep a lookout. But also, I tend to do some film analysis on there as well, so feel free to check it out.
Awesome. Well, we'll be back after the ceremony for our review and analysis of the Oscars. But until then, I want to thank you, Angelique, for joining the show today.
No problem.
And I want to thank everyone for listening to this episode of the Cinema Flow podcast. We'll be back very soon with more fun movie chats. But until then, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.